Gunther has established himself as a really strong superstar with incredible brutality. However, sometimes what we see on screen isn't exactly as it seems. For example, Gunther retired John Cena, but they both respect each other a lot. However, Gunther does have real enemies behind the scenes, and today you're going to meet them. For now, I'll stop talking, and today I'll introduce you to 5 wrestlers who hate Gunther, the WWE General. Remember to let me know which superstar you'd like to see in this series. Number 5, Sheamus. The matches between Sheamus and Gunther in WWE are acclaimed for their brutality and classic style, especially highlighting the Intercontinental Championship match at Clash of the Castles 2022. However, all this tension inside the ring would spill over into their professional relationship and real life. And it turns out that when this rivalry was on screen, Sheamus lost his temper and made many fans believe that both of them didn't get along in real life and that they had personal issues. The incident would happen in May 2024 when Sheamus posted a tweet comparing Gunther's style and his military coat to that of an Austrian dictator. Well, let's say it clearly, Adolf Hitler. This caused some internal discomfort in WWE because of how sensitive it was. Also, many producers and executives revealed that Gunther didn't like this comparison at all. Although many assume that there was a good vibe between them before this, they say that after this they grew apart. Sheamus, realizing what all of this had caused, decided to delete the tweet. But it was already too late because the photo was on all the wrestling news sites. A former WWE executive told Sportskeeda that before all this controversy, Sheamus and Gunther used to travel together to events, and after this issue, they each traveled separately, making it clear, or at least giving hints, that the friendship had been broken because of this controversial tweet. Number 4, Kevin Nash. There are legends who are great, and then there's Kevin Nash with a truly admirable in-ring career. Although, well, for many his restart
no dejó tanto para recordar.
However, Kevin Nash has been direct in pointing out that he doesn't really like Gunther's character. And even though he's not an active wrestler in WWE right now, Kevin Nash has been one of the most critical voices against Gunther in real life. Kevin Nash has publicly stated that the boos Gunther receives are manufactured by the company and not organic, questioning his ability to truly connect with the audience. He has said that it's WWE who pushes the fans to boo Gunther since the wrestler is actually boring and doesn't generate much reaction from the crowd. As for Gunther, he has ignored these criticisms, staying true to his low-profile work ethic. Gunther hasn't been the only victim of Kevin Nash, since the legend has strongly criticized other new talents in the past, as well as legends like himself. Number 3, AJ Styles. Look, I'm not sure if there's still any real hatred or tension between them, but something did happen between AJ Styles and Gunther, and it all happened at the beginning of 2026. When Gunther called AJ Styles a TNA cruiserweight during a promo. Something that can be taken as a serious sign of disrespect since he's belittling his rival's career. Even though all of this was part of a storyline, the comment caused outrage in certain backstage circles, since it felt like a real slight to Styles' historic career outside of WWE. However, AJ Styles himself seemed upset about this as he unfollowed Gunther on X after this promo, letting us see that he was really offended by this promo in the ring, which, according to many internet sites, was not in the script. However, AJ Styles would follow Gunther again on X a few days later. Maybe there was some real anger for a few days, and then they both talked it out. It's known that AJ Styles isn't the kind of guy to get angry with any of his colleagues, and that he's an extremely good person. But maybe that comment really hurt or bothered him. That's why I said at the beginning of this list that I don't know if there's still real hatred or tension between them. Well, whatever the case, AJ Styles is no longer in WWE, And it was Gunther himself who ended up retiring him from the company after being chosen by the company as the Phenomenal One's opponent. This video is brought to you by WWE Experiencia, the company that takes you from your city to any WWE event you want in the United States. Hey, hurry up. Reserve your spot now for WrestleMania 42. For more information, remember to follow WWE Experiencia on Instagram. Keep watching. Number 2, Goldberg. In 2025, leading up to his retirement match, there were exchanges that felt more personal than just a script. The conflict between Goldberg and Gunther is because Goldberg mentioned in interviews that he felt Gunther didn't really respect him, and that he just saw him as an old 58-year-old man. Goldberg said that there are several gestures or attitudes that make him think those kinds of things. On the other hand, Gunther has always been critical of wrestlers who, according to him, do not respect the purity of the sport, and they depend on their past reputation. Although the conflict mostly remained in the professional sphere and inside the ring, it reflected a real clash of philosophies about what wrestling should be. For many, Goldberg is not an excellent wrestler, and that's why they feel that Gunther's words can represent many people. While others say that even if everyone thinks that about Goldberg, Goldberg shouldn't repeat it because he's a superstar and should be professional and supportive with his colleagues. Number 1, Finn Balor. We're probably going to the most well-known case of all, which happened during 2025, where Finn Balor and Gunther had a very physical rivalry for the World Heavyweight Championship. And after the match they had at Saturday Night Main Event, where Damian Priest even participated, it was reported that both of them had several verbal altercations in the backstage area after their matches. Finn Balor, who has a long career in the European and Japanese style, apparently felt that Gunther was exceeding the limits of physical safety in their matches, which led to heated arguments off camera, which would be confirmed by the same internal WWE sources. This case had a strong impact on all wrestling websites and portals worldwide. Number 2, if you're becoming a fan of real conflicts between WWE wrestlers, I invite you to watch the earlier videos from the new season. Don't miss them.